Hey guys, coming back at you for homework number 10. So homework 10, it's going to be due on noon, Wednesday, April 22. So April 22nd, homework 10, it's coming at you right now. Here we go. Let's get this out of the way. So the directions for this is kind of like the last homework 9. You've got to find the equation of the line, which means you've got to find M and find B. But this time you get 2 points to work with instead of just 1. So one extra step on homework 10 that we're doing right now. So here we go. Find equation of the line. You got to come up with 2 things. You got to find M, you got to find B. Find M, find B. Here we go. Find equation of the line. So on these examples, you're not given the slope. You're going to have to find the slope. 4, 1, 3, -2. So you will be given 2 points to work with, and the first thing you do is you're going to find slope. Well, you have a slope formula. Slope is equal to y2 minus y1, and then across the bottom are your x's, x2 minus x1. So to find slope, here you go. So our ordered pairs, here's your x1, here's your y1. Here's your x2, here's your y2. So we're going to grab these numbers, plug them in for the x1s and the y1s, find us some slope. So slope's going to be my y's, which is -2 minus 1, 3 minus 4. So we got a little bit of slope to work across. Here we go, -2, -1, that's -3. 3 minus 4, that's -1. And whenever you have a negative divided by a negative, that's equal to a positive. All right, so you got to find 2 things. The first thing you just found, M equals 3. Kind of write yourself a little note right there. M equals 3. So you found M. Now you got to find B. Now when you go to find B, we're still using that same move where we write down our best friend, y equals mx plus b. So we write down slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. We're going to substitute in for all these letters except b. We're going to leave the b as b, but m, x, y, all they're out. We're plugging in numbers. So we know m, it's equal to 3. Here's m, it's equal to 3. Now on your x, y, this time I always just use the first order pair. So every time I do it, us old guys, we do it the same way every time. So I always pick this one, this x and y, to drop in there. So x equals 4, y equals 1. So for my first order pair, I drop them in. This is 1, 3 times 4 is 12, plus b. You got to get b by itself. Grab that 12, move him over. And so he was positive 12. When he moves over, becomes negative 12. 1 minus 12, negative 11. So now you know M, and you just found B. So B is equal to negative 11. You've got everything you need now to write the equation for your answer. All right, let's get it written here. So it has to be in the form y equals mx plus b, which means my m, my b are dropping in there. Y equals 3x minus 11. M equals 3, b equals negative 11. There's your final answer. All right, one example in the books. Let's keep rolling. See if this makes it any better. Might make it worse. Kind of clean it off a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Number 2. And again, you get 2 ordered pairs to start with on this homework as opposed to just 1. So here we go. We got 1, -2, we got 3, and we got 6. So our first job is to find M, find B. So let's find M. We've got a slope formula, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. You've got these ordered pairs. Here's your x1, here's your y1, here's your x2, here's your y2. So we're dropping the ordered pairs in for slope. Y is across the top, 6 minus -2. X is across the bottom, 3 minus 1. All right, here we go. 6 minus -2, that's an 8. 3 minus 1, that's a 2. 8 divided by 2, that is a 4. So you got to find two things. You got to find m and b. Well, you just found m. M equals 4. So now we got to come up with our b value. Let's see how this worked out. Whoops, I needed that. Let me put these back up here real quick. So 1, negative 2, 3, 6. So to find b, we use our best friend, y equals mx plus b. We're going to leave the b as b, but we've got to plug numbers in for these letters. We know m is equal to 4. Here's my m, it's equal to 4. And again, the ones that I always use my first set of ordered pairs. So for my x and for my y, I use it from right here. X equals 1, y equals negative 2. So now I've got all the right numbers in all the right places. Let's go. Negative 2, 4 times 1 is 4. Grab this 4, move him over. And again, when he comes over, he was positive. Coming over makes him negative. And it looks like my b value is equal to a negative 6. So you find m and you find b. That's the two things you got to do on this problem. Find m and find b. So we're getting it into this form, y equals mx plus b. Here's my m and b. So y is equal to 4x minus 6. B is negative 6, m is 4, and there you got a final answer. You're like, oh yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. So all of our final answers get put into slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. All right, 2 examples down. 2 more. Here's number 3. We may have this down now. All right, third question. We got 3, negative 1, negative 2, 9. So right off the bat, you're going to find slope. So start looking at your y's across the top and your x's across the bottom. So you got 9 minus negative 1, negative 2 minus 3. All right, here we go. 9 minus negative 1, 9 plus 1, that's positive 10. Negative 2 minus 3, that's negative 5. And then you have a fraction that you can reduce down. 10 divided by negative 5, that's a negative 2. So you've done your first job. Your first job is to find m. M's equal to negative 2. I can't quite see that. Scoot it over a little bit. M equals negative 2. Now she's in there. Next we got to find b. Oops, I erased it again. I got to stop doing that. All right, let's get it back up here. I think it was 3, negative 1. What was the second one? Negative 2, 9. Really what we need is this first one. I'm going to jump with this one. So to find b, you write down your best friend, y equals mx plus b. So to find b, you write him down. You're going to leave the b's alone. But these other letters, you're going to plug numbers in their places. So here's your m, and you already found your m, it's negative 2. So you grab negative 2, you put it in there. I always grab my x and y from the first order pair. X is equal to 3, y is equal to negative 1, and I drop them in to this equation. So here we go, negative 1, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, plus b. Trying to solve for b, so you got to move this negative 6 over here. And remember, when he comes over, he was negative. When you cross the equal sign, he becomes positive. And so you end up with a 5 equal to b. So we have m, we have b, we've got exactly what we need. And let's write our final answer. So we've got to write it in y equals mx plus b form. And we know m is negative 2, we know b is 5, so negative 2x plus 5, m negative 2, b and 5. And there's my final answer for example 3. Okay, one last example, number 4. I give you 2 ordered pairs. And from these 2 ordered pairs, you're going to find me 2 answers. Okay, here we go. Find slope. Find m, find b. Here's my x1, y1. Here's my x2, y2. My slope formula puts the y's across the top, x's across the bottom. Let's put them in there. 14 minus 2, 5 minus 1. All right, let's do some math. 14 minus 2, that is a 12. 5 minus 1, that is a 4. You have 12 divided by 4, and that will get you 3. So you got to find 2 things. You got to find m equals 3, and you got to find b. Well, we've got one of them. We've got m equals 3 right there. Okay, this time I'm not going to erase that. So let's find b. So to find your value for b, you write down your best friend, y equals mx plus b. You write him down. You're going to keep b, but these other letters you're going to substitute for. So let's plug them in. B's not going anywhere. We know m though. We know m is 3. He's out. Let's use our x and y for my first order pair. X is 1, y is 2. And we're about to roll on this. All right, I've got 2. 3 times 1, that's 3. Let's subtract that 3 over here. So it was positive 3. Jumps over, becomes negative 3. 2 minus 3, negative 1. So I've found my b value. Have m, have b. I'm ready to write my answer. Once you have m and have b, let's put it together for a final. All right, final answer. We've got to write y equals mx plus b. So y is equal to 3x minus 1. Here's my m, it's 3. Here's my b, b's negative 1. Drop it in. All right, guys, that's how you do homework 10. So I got 4 questions on homework 10. Let's put them up on the board for you. And again, homework 10. Wednesday, April 22nd. All right, let's go. Okay, so homework 10. This is due at noon, Wednesday, April 22nd. And homework 10, this is questions. Starts with 41 and it goes through 44. All right, let's give you the directions. So the directions are the same thing. Find equation of the line. So same thing as homework 9, find equation of the line. But on homework 10, when you find equation of the line, you will be given 2 points. Given 2 points that it passes through. Given pass through points. So our job, find equation of the line. Find m, find b, write the equation. I give you 2 points to start with. Let's put them up there, 41 through 44. All due Wednesday at noon, April 22nd. All right, let's see if here I can write this a little smaller. Homework-10. Okay, let's give you the points. 4, 2, 6, 8, 1, 4, 3, negative 6, 2, negative 4, 5, 8, negative 2, negative 1, 3, 9. All right, let's double check. 4, 2, 6, 8, 1, 4, 3, negative 6, 2, negative 4, 5, 8, negative 2, negative 1, 3, and 9. All right, guys, that'll work for homework 10. Take these problems, 41, 42, 43, 44, make them look awesome. Show all your work, make it happen, send it to me.